Welcome back to Columbia, Maryland here. I'm Jalen Ivy, your host with the most. And today we have a matchup between Howard Community College and Harford Community College as well. So, once again, to all you guys joining us out there today, we have a matchup between the Fighting Owls and the Dragons.
And what a battle it will be today as Harford comes in as the #1 overall ranked team in the entire NJCAA. They were a perfect 12-0, undefeated last season, looking to defend their national championship today against the #5 nationally ranked Howard Dragons.
Absolutely. In the last matchup between the Dragons and the Fighting Owls came out victorious in both of those games, and that was back in March and April. So, this will be definitely a matchup to watch here and see how things play out for the Dragons.
Big storyline for the Dragons on their side is that they have changed up their goalie. The starting goalkeeper for the last couple of games to start the season has taken to the bench, as it's going to be Charlie Wendell, who played 3 fantastic quarters, coming in relief of Braden Cheney. Will get the start today as they'll go with the hot stick in goal. As for Harford, it's going to be Colin Foner in the goal. He played in 3 games last season, so did get some experience, but getting the start here today as Harford in their season debut for the regular season schedule.
So things are just about to get underway here in Columbia, Maryland. So everyone, let's sit back and play some ball. So a few changes here for the face-off for Howard Community College, but nothing new. We have Rory Blanchard, number 44. And he was facing off against number 31, Mark Durling. And we have an early flag here by the refs. Waiting for their call. So a quick foul here on the Dragons. It'll be on Blanchard, number 44, for slashing. So that ball will go in favor of the Fighting Owls.
Blanchard starting at faceoff for today as Eric Harrell out injured. As we're dealing with some technical difficulties in the scores table right now, trying to figure that out. Looks like the Howard facility crew switching out scoreboards.
So a quick changing of equipment here to make sure we can get those penalties up on the board. All right, so these penalties will run off the game clock currently for a few technical difficulties, but nothing. But definitely won't change the pace of the game. So it'll be the Fighting Owls starting off. And Fighting Owls lose it, but it's picked back up by number 11, Caden Collins. I was trying to move things around here and take a shot, and that will be the first goal. Fighting Owls find their way on the scoreboard first.
Good movement by Harford there as they were able to keep Howard very compact with their defense. Harford moving a couple quick passes and opens up the shot for Ethan Peterson to score the first goal of the season for these Fighting Owls.
Back at the faceoff, and the Fighting Owls come up with it. That'll be Durling. He gets the clear. Looked like Dale was about to take that shot, but just came off of it a little bit. The Fighting Owls have a lot of time here, 50 seconds on the shot clock. Looking for any opening here.
And even with Howard now back to even strength, their defense is still very compact. Not really coming out much at all on Harford and trying to clog the middle.
And a shot for Garst. That goes just high, but it'll stay with the Fighting Owls. Clock is rolling with 14 on the shot clock.
And if you're Howard, you live with that last shot.
And a close call there for the Dragons, but they come up with it for their very first possession of this game. That shot just contested. And it'll be the Dragons that get the clear. Karam sends that over to Patty. to get a lot of ball movement here on offense. A lot of speed there for the Fighting Owls. And it'll be 7-on-7. And it's lost by Free Denikos, but he picks up the ground ball. It'll be Herbert going up against Crawford. Herbert looking for any opening, loses the ball. And it'll be contested by two Fighting Owls players, but that ball will get turned over and it'll be back with the Fighting Owls.
Good job by Carson Crawford putting on a lot of pressure on Herbert right there, but that's just something where Herbert's got to take care of the ball better.
Absolutely, Mark.
No reason for him to have that. It was a bit of a forced error, but it's something where the Howard player just needs to be able to move the ball. If you're under pressure like that, it means that somebody else is being able to open up some space, especially when Crawford was that far out on him.
Absolutely.
Harford switching up their attacking midfielders, trying to keep some fresh
And
legs.
an early shot for Will Mack. And that will go in. Excuse me, not Will Mack. That'll be number 44 for the Fighting Owls. It'll be Caleb Hare.
And again, just a great pick and roll from Harford. Coming off the screen, Hare had just enough space to be able to find that top corner and get it by Wendell.
Absolutely, and a great look by Kendall Ward on that pass. And the Fighting Owls are up 2-0 early in the first quarter. And a mean shot there. And we'll have a flag fly.
It looked like the timing of the hit was fine, but it was just a cross check that I believe is going to come across as he led with the stick.
So that penalty will go on number 19 for the Fighting Owls. That'll be Ethan Peterson with a cross check. He'll find himself in the box. So it'll be a 1-minute penalty, and Harford will be playing with a man down. So could be a positive here for the Dragons. It'll be Herrick coming around, taking the shot, and that goes right off the stick of Harford goalkeeper. And it'll be scooped up by number 8, Ryan Sweerdeck. And it'll be a clear for the Fighting Owls fast. And a quick shot there by Garst, but that is into the stick of Wendell. And we'll have the Dragons going back from left to right here.
Howard's still a man up right now. Still have an opportunity to try to push this quickly and take advantage.
Looking for an opening, and that ball is loose. Hathaway looking for a man there, but that ball is just sent out of bounds, but it'll remain with the Dragons.
With this situation, we do it every 10 seconds, like 50, 40, 30, every 10 seconds, just to give them an idea.
So it'll be a 30-second foul on the Fighting Owls here. That'll be on Blaine Dale. So the Dragons, a man-up opportunity once more. Looking for some movement here. And a lot of pressure there on Isaac Herbert. But the ground ball will be given to the Dragons, and that will be goal that comes up with it. And a shot by Karam, but that is saved by the Fighting Owls. A lot of pressure there on Herrick. Dragons will send that back up to the top of the face-off circle.
Howard with just 8 seconds left in the shot clock right now, needing to make a move quickly.
And a hard hit, but he falls to the floor, and a shot will be taken by Verani, but that will just go wide, and it'll be Harford ball. So Harford moving back here from right to left. And they'll get the clear once more.
See Rory Blanchard going in there, multi-purpose, serving as the primary faceoff guy today, but also getting some defensive midi time in. Harford content to just move the ball around the perimeter right now. Recognizing they have a 2-0 lead and don't need to push too fast.
And a shot by number 35 for the Fighting Owls. That'll be Wessner. A great look there in the bottom right of the net, and that ball will go in.
And if you're Howard, that's exactly what you don't want to see. You've been playing with a compact defense. You've been trying to really clog the middle and not make that easy. So what do? You pull out a little bit, and Wessner is able to find some space right there, catches the pass, and a quick bounce shot into the lower corner. Good movement by Harford to open up the middle that time.
Absolutely. So Blanchard will come up with it during the face-off. And that ball is sent over to Free Denikos, but just a little too high for him, and that ball will be turned over by the Dragons.
And another unforced error by the Dragons. We've seen so many turnovers so far that just haven't been necessary. But before on the power play, you saw Herrick trying to pass across the middle, and it was just picked off and just too forced. Howard needs to really cut down these turnovers, plain and simple, but also just settle down a little bit and get into their game. They're just seeming a little flustered right now.
Definitely.
And it looks like it's going to be another man up for Harford coming. It's going to be an offsides against Howard as soon as this play is over.
And a shot.
Or not, as the goal will wipe that out.
And that goal will be to number 13, Peyton Gestol for the Fighting Owls. So a timeout here in Columbia, Maryland, and we'll have the Fighting Owls up 4-0 early in this first quarter. 7:45 left on the game clock, but we'll take a little pause here and we'll be back shortly. So we're back here in Columbia, Maryland from this timeout. Once again, 4-0 here, going in favor of the Fighting Owls early in this first quarter. And Rory Blanchard will take it away once again. And the Dragons will get the clear, and that'll be for Torgerson, number 14. And a lot of pressure here coming from the Fighting Owls, and Torgerson looking to scoop that up, but it'll be kicked by the Fighting Owls, and it'll be picked up once more, and they'll be moving from right to left, and that'll be Olstead who gets the ground ball. So the Owls moving again once more, and a quick shot by number 19, Ethan Peterson, but that ball would just go just wide. And another shot by Blaine Dale. The Fighting Owls are just making things look too easy right now. Just getting inside every single time and finding an opening and not being afraid to take that shot. And they are coming up more than successful in this first quarter.
And that's just Howard not reacting fast enough to the rebound. You cannot give a team like Harford multiple chances. Wendell gave you a good save, and nobody picked up the rebound, and Harford just made you pay for it.
So Blanchard will scoop that up. Trying his best and falls into the fire of 3 Fighting Owl defenders. But we will have a penalty flag fly, and it'll be on the Fighting Owls. So it'll be a 1-minute penalty on the Fighting Owls. It'll be on number 31, Mark Derling. So the Dragons will have another man-up opportunity, and this is their 3rd man-up opportunity here in this quarter. But each play has been unsuccessful thus far. And the Fighting Owls, just so much pressure here on these Dragons. They are not letting up in any way, shape, or form. Making way for a lot of early turnovers for the Dragons.
You can tell Harford very confident in their defenders' ability. They have all of their defenders coming out, putting pressure on Howard as soon as they cross that midline. And Howard just has not found an answer to it yet. They're not moving the ball quick enough. They're not moving the ball effectively. And it's the turnovers that's absolutely crushing them right now. They're winning enough face-offs to stay in it. But at this point, they only have 2 shots the entire game to Harford's 9.
Wow. So now we're back to equal men on the field. 30 seconds on the shot clock. Ball will be sent out to the outside to Dale. Dale coming around. Sends that ball back to the middle. A lot of ball movement here for the Fighting Owls. Looking to come around here and looking for that opening. It'll be 35, Westner. And that'll be saved by Wendell.
It looked like Harford finally makes a mistake themselves as Dale was trying to pass it across the crease and just couldn't connect with his teammate.
So the Dragons will come up with the clear here, and it'll be over to Herrick. Dragons really need to slow things down here and just definitely find a rhythm.
And again, it's just the unforced errors, a simple pass behind the net and just can't complete it. You can't win a game making plays like that.
Not at all, Mark. Like you said, simple passes right behind the net, just not being picked up. But it'll be a turnover for the Fighting Owls, and the Dragons will have a chance to redeem themselves on that last play. So a lot of movement here to be Kobe Brown getting some time on the field here. And we will have a little bit of a stoppage.
Another offside penalty against Harford. Their second one of the quarter, the 4th penalty. Again, Howard has had their chances with the man up, and it's got to be about time to take advantage.
So the clock is resumed. It'll be Patty looking for Karam. Herrick. And the shot by Varani. And that is saved by the Fighting Owls. That'll be Foner in the goal. And Dragons looking to put some pressure here, and a turnover for the Dragons. And a quick move here by Frieden. And that ball is saved once more, but a shot and goal for the Dragons. Cyrus Fried-Denikos here with a quick look, unafraid, and a goal. The Dragons are on the scoreboard.
And that time it was Howard's turn to be able to pick up the rebound and put it in before the defense is able to respond.
So still trying to figure out a possession here. And a lot of pushing, but no calls by the refs. But the Fighting Owls did come up with it during that face-off. And they're taking a little bit of time here to just move the ball around and slow things down. Looking to make a move here.
Speaking of making a move, Howard with a change in defense. Mason Bowler, number 35, is coming up to defense.
By number 44, Caleb Hare once more.
And again, you see the Dragon defense, they're so compact. Again, I hate to keep saying the same thing, but then the hard part is when you try to come out on those shots, you're not coming out on them quick enough. They have enough time, Harford that is, to be able to wind up, find their spot, and pick it.
Caleb Hare with an outstanding look there for the Fighting Owls to swing the momentum back in their way, in their favor, excuse me. Moving the ball around once more, it'll be the Fighting Owls. So it'll be with Garst. Garst will send that over to Dale. Dale looking to get on the inside. And it looked like Mulligan was looking to try to find any kind of opening. It'll be Dale once again, and he'll take the shot, and that ball will go in once more. Window doing his best to keep these Fighting Owls from finding the back of that net. But the Fighting Owls coming up successful once again. It'll be 7-1 for all you guys tuning in this first quarter.
And once again, you just see Dale one-on-one taking on his man, be able to cut to his right where he pulls it to the right side that he wants to get to his favorite shooting spot. And just Howard too slow to try to slide over and give the defender help. And Dale just finds himself a wide open shot there in the end.
So looking to get across here are the Dragons. It'll be Herbert, and he gets the successful clear. So Herbert sends that over to Hathaway, who's looking to make a move on the left side. And a lot of pressure once more. And a shot by Hathaway, and that ball will bounce in, but it'll be a goal for the Dragons. That ball seemed to bounce off the stick of the goalkeeper for the Fighting Owls, but that ball will roll in just close enough for a goal for the Dragons.
A good move by Hathaway. We talked about how Howard's been having trouble moving around on passes, so what does Hathaway do? Just decides he's going to take it one-on-one. Good bounce shot. Yeah, the Harford goalkeeper got a big piece of it, and Fortunate for Howard that it was able to roll in, but Hathaway earned his luck that time. And a big save there as Dale wound up for a big shot. Howard saw Wendell with the big save. Coming back the other way, Torgerson, he's going to take a long shot. And Howard didn't have the backup that time, and it's going to go right back to Harford. Harford getting into their half-court offense. Just again, too easily. One-on-one breakaways is making it happen, and that is what opens it up there. Good movement by Harford once again as they are able to take the one-on-one. That time Howard did slide over. It opened up the X. You have to slide over to the X. Then he is able to find the cutter. That was Cole Wessner again cutting through the middle, and Dale, a beautiful pass from him to find the open man and put it in. Dale up to 4 points already, 2 goals and 2 assists in this first quarter alone.
So back in the face-off circle here. And it'll be the Fighting Owls once more who get the successful clear. And another chance. And once again, slowing things down.
At this point, Harford can hold for last shot this quarter if they so want to.
Still taking their time here. They currently have 46 seconds on the shot clock, so a lot of time. And they're going to do absolutely that. Just passing the ball back and forth here. Looks like we're getting things started here for the Fighting Owls. A lot of movement. And that ball will go back to. And a shot by Gaston, but it is saved by Wendell. And the Dragons are looking to move back towards the right, but just not enough time for the Dragons to make any play, and that'll be the end of the first quarter here. Harford 8, Howard Community College 2. We'll be back shortly. So we're back here from that short break, and we'll be moving into the second quarter. Same bodies in that face-off circle, and no possession as of yet, but it will be scooped up by the Fighting Owls. And great movement there by the Fighting Owls, and that was Braden Olstad, who was just looking to get around two Dragon defenders and does so. Fighting Owls are now moving left to right. So it'll be Mulligan once again. And it looked like Peterson was looking for some sort of opening there, some sort of look, and it'll be Mulligan once again with it, but he'll take it back around. A lot of movement here for the Fighting Owls. And on the inside, you find Johnny Garst, and he will find the back of the net for the Fighting Owls, and a quick goal here at the start of this second quarter.
And once again, you see Harford just taking the one-on-one matchup. Garst just got around his man. Howard had the slide over to try to help him out, just came over a little too late. Garst, give him a lot of credit, though. He created the shooting opportunity and found the corner.
Absolutely. And Blanchard, it looked like he was trying to find any attempt and way to keep that out of the hands of the Fighting Owls, but it will stick with them. And it looks like we're changing things a little bit here for the Fighting Owls, as we'll have bodies moving and coming in and out. So Gastol will come back in, and a quick move by Gastol to break away from his man. And Gastol looking to go on the inside, but loses it. But that ball will be picked up by Caleb Hare for the Fighting Owls. Give him the ground ball. And Hare looking to make a move. Gastol. And a shot by Blaine Dale from Gastol. Give Gastol the assist. And that finds the back of the net once more for the Fighting Owls.
A much better defensive possession for Howard as they closed on each pass quickly. They slid over the time. It was a much better defensive possession, but again, sometimes you just got to tip your hat, and in that case, Blaine Dale just absolutely pinged the corner of the net. Nothing Wendell could do about it. Excuse me, it's Braden Cheney in goal for Howard now. So Howard made a change in goal at the end of the first quarter.
So, Fighting Owls here. Back and a quick shot by Caleb Hare, but that ball would just go wide. Clock's rolling once more. And it'll be Merendon moving that ball around. Merendon once more. He'll take the shot, and it's saved. And the Dragons will come up with it, and it'll be number 8, Isaac Herbert, who's moving down the field from right to left once more for the Dragons. Dragons looking to get a fast break here. He takes a shot, but that ball is wide, and not the best shot or look for the Dragons, but it seemed like they were just trying to get anything in that possession. But so much time, and they will stick with it, though. And a shot by Varani, and that'll go wide as well. But once more, the Dragons will keep the possession. I definitely think the Dragons should use their time wisely here with 65 seconds on the shot clock and just slow things down.
Well, especially if you think about the fact that the Howard defense has been overworked so far in this first half, and they just need to catch their breath a little. So, by the offense possessing a little bit longer, it'll allow the defense to at least regain some energy.
And Karam taking a lot of steam back there in the back half of the field, but it will be a turnover for the Dragons.
And once again, we see what it should have just been a simple pass across, and Howard unable to complete it.
So we'll have the goalie come up here.
That's a shot to the head. That's going to see him go to the sin bin for at least a minute.
And that ball looked like it was going in, but it does go off the side of the net. But we do have a flag here. We'll have a penalty called by the refs. So it'll be on number 14 for the Dragons. That is Nolan Torgerson for a cross check. And that was a stick to the head. Things are rolling here once more. It'll be Gustol sending that over to Caden Collins. Back to Gustol, and Gustol taking the look, and he will get the goal for the Fighting Owls. Make that 11-2 for Harford.
And right as I was giving Howard credit for having a good defensive stand, that one less so. Again, Howard just not jumping out on those passes quick enough, and that was just too easy for Peterson to be able to catch the ball, pick his head up, find where he wanted to shoot it, and put it into that lower corner again. It's just it's too easy for Harford right now. Howard has got to close that down quicker. And still on a man down as there was a full-time penalty against Howard.
And with 35 seconds on that penalty, the Fighting Owls going to do their best to keep the Dragons in this backfield, but they do get the clear attempt, and it'll be Kobe Brown trying to make a move here, and he just passes that ball off, but a high ball, and is still looking to find any person here to come up with that. And it will be scooped up by the Fighting Owls. A lot of bodies on the floor.
Oh no, and it looks like a Howard defender might be hurt on the play, and Brown is back on his feet and is going to try to get back in the action. What a wild sequence that was.
Absolutely. And we'll have a shot here by number 35 for the Fighting Owls. That is Cole Wessner. And that will be given to the Fighting Owls.
And I feel like that was one of those plays where Howard was still just trying to get settled in, trying to get their substitutions match up. And Wessner looks like he took advantage of the fact that Howard just didn't seem ready and just decided to step into the shot and put one in.
Definitely a lot of missing bodies on that play for the Dragons. And Wessner was definitely able to take advantage of that. So a battle once more, and a lot of pressure here on number 9 for Fighting Owls, Shockey Bowen, but he will come up with it and does get the ground ball on that as well. So Gustol. A lot of movement here. Dragons looking to stay on their man, and Fighting Owls just getting around the Dragons each time. That was a shot, but it will be picked up again by the Fighting Owls. And that ball was trying to be passed by Gaston. It'll be tipped up by Blanchard, but will stay with the Fighting Owls. Clock rolling once more. 20 seconds on the shot clock for Harford. Harford definitely looking to move inside. It'll be Caleb Hare who has the possession. But a lot of pressure here. It'll be Gaston once more. 10 seconds on the shot clock. He'll take the shot, but it will be saved by the Dragons. Braden Cheney with the save. But these passes for the Dragons, it'll be a turnover once more. And the Fighting Owls will have yet another possession and chance to make a chance. And Caleb Hare takes the shot early on, but it will be off the post. And it will stay with the Fighting Owls. So 35, Mason Ballard will come off for the penalty for an equipment malfunction. And we will have a man up. And a lot of body movement there. And that ball was trying to be scooped up there by 35 for the Fighting Owls.
Howard caught a huge break as there was going to be another goal for Harford, except a crease violation prevented that. And what a save there, my goodness. Herrick trying to go right between the wickets, and Colin Foner got down low and able to smother the save.
And Foner definitely turned up after that play. Getting a hand clap and has some hands up for his sideline. So Mulligan will be moving, trying to take a look on the inside. And that ball is turned over for the Dragons, and to be picked up by Cyrus Friedenikos for a ground ball. And he runs right into the man of the Fighting Owls, and he's on the ground. And a lot of pressure there by the Fighting Owls as Friedenikos was just in a battle between, that was Varani.
Brown did a great job of picking off the pass, reading that one, and just didn't pick his head up quickly enough. As soon as he turned upfield, he got blasted. Howard gets a little bit fortunate there to keep possession.
And it'll be Hathaway. But we will have a timeout for the Dragons. 12-2 here in Columbia, Maryland, going in the Harford Fighting Owls' favor. We'll be back here shortly. So we're back here in Columbia, Maryland after this timeout, and a much needed timeout for the Dragons was called just to get a little stoppage here and a little break on both sides of the ball, but definitely for defense. But we will have Hathaway taking it away, but he runs into the body of the Fighting Owl. And Varani trying to make a look here. That'll be sent over to Karam. Karam looking to get on the inside, but met with a lot of pressure and a pass. And it'll be taken by Herrick, and it'll be free to Nikos, but a hard hit there by free to Nikos. But he does get the goal.
What a tough play by Cyrus Freed to Nikos. He took an absolute shot. He knew it was coming, but he stayed with it, able to put the ball in the net, and it's going to draw an extra penalty as well from Harford.
Great job by Freed Nikos. Definitely unafraid and definitely outsized by the man he was taking on. But it does swing in Howard's favor. So we'll have Freed Nikos coming off.
Yeah, he's forced to come off because his helmet came off, and by rule, he has to make sure that it's secured back on, cannot be a part of this possession. Unfortunate for Dragons because he's got 2 of their 3 goals
And a
right now.
shot by Patty and a goal. 10 seconds off the shot clock, but a goal for the Dragons. Give that to Joe Patty.
Patty, one of the bright spots over the previous weekend of games for Howard, and starting to show a little bit there in that last possession. A nice jump shot by him, but clearly he had a good look at that.
So it'll be Blanchard that gets it clear. He'll get the ground ball as well. And Bowler looking to send that ball high. He sends it over to Kobe Brown. Kobe Brown met with a little bit of tension here, but it will get moved across by Howard. And it'll be Frida Nikos once more, looking to move around his man, unafraid. Taking a number of hits there, and it'll be sent over to Karam. And Karam, a little bit of a stutter step just to take his time. Looking to get around. It'll be given over to Herbert. Herbert sends that over to Varani. Varani looking to get on that right side. Varani once more. Karam will take the shot, but it will be saved by Foner. And a long shot by Foner, and a quick and easy clear here for the Fighting Owls. And that ball is loose, but will remain with the Fighting Owls. And the Fighting Owls just get away too easy there, making it across the field within a matter of seconds. And great passes here by the Fighting Owls. And a shot on the inside, but that will go wide. But it will be picked up. And it will be saved by Braden Cheney. Moving back down the field, Kobe Brown doing anything he can here. And it will be scooped up once more for the ground ball by Joe Zamansky. We will have a whistle called, though. Dragons will be working their way back here. But in attempts to get a number of successful clears, the Dragons a loose ball every single time and a stick will fall. We will have a holding call, so it will stay with the Dragons. So Hillis looking to make a move, heading around the entire offensive side, and we will have a flag fly, but play still proceeds. So Herbert looking to make a move, loses the ball, but picks it up for Howard. Herbert looking to get on the inside, sends that over to Hathaway, and back to Herbert. And just a loose ball once more for the Dragons. A pass that just could not get into the hands, but will stay. Excuse me, a pass that could not get into the hands of the Dragons, and it will be turned over here.
Howard catches the break as it's going to be a penalty against Harford, so Howard will keep possession.
Thank you for that correction, Mark. I really do appreciate that. So Howard looking to get a few looks here, still with 50 seconds on the shot clock. Still a good amount of time here. It'll be Varani sending that over to Karam. Karam takes a shot from high, but that will go into the net of Foner. And a continuous number of seconds here. And that ball will be knocked out. And back down the field will have the Dragons, but still looking for any possession here. It'll be Cyrus Friedenikos taking on a number of Fighting Owls. That looked like it was almost 1-on-4 there. And Varani will take the shot, but into the net and saved by Foner once more. But we will have a penalty on the Fighting Owls. So we have 2 men in the box, 14 seconds on the first penalty there. We have 1 minute on number 12. That'll be that'll be C.W. Smith.
Harford with their 7th penalty in the first half.
So that penalty being counted down now. And we'll just have a man down for the Fighting Owls. And looking on the inside, a great look there by number 41, JT Herrick, to pass that over to Patty. And a quick move on the inside by Joe Patty. Great job there by the Dragons.
And for Howard, that time good ball movement. And again, JT Herrick has become the dish master of this Howard team so far. Did a great job picking his head up, finding Patty, making the cut on the backside. Able to get a good shot there and good goal.
So a quick job there by 31, but that ball will go just off the stick of Cheney. The sped up offense for the Fighting Owls seems to just sometimes be too much for the Dragons, but Dragons getting some stoppage here and will move back from right to left. And a long ball there by the Dragons, and it'll be turned over once more.
Seen Howard with a lot of these clears trying to go for the home run pass. At this point, you just need to find the singles, hit the short passes, move the ball into the open man, not throw it way across the field. It's a low percentage pass and one that Howard can't afford to make right now.
And once more, we have Fighting Owls with these remaining seconds in this second quarter, holding things off and making sure that they get the last shot here. But we will have a timeout for Harford, and we will be back shortly after this. So we're back here in these remaining seconds of this first half. 40 on the shot clock, and this clock is rolling. And the Fighting Owls looking to just roll the time off here. No movement as of yet.
Yeah, they're holding for the last shot here and going to take advantage of the fact that they can try to end this period on a high note for the visiting team.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Blue. Relax. Hit it. Hit it, Niner.
Looks like we'll get things rolling here for Caden Collins. Quick movement here, and Caleb Hare takes the shot, but it'll be saved by Cheney. A great save by Cheney. And the Dragons continuously trying to find a way to just get things down the field, but once more it'll be turned over. And a long shot by the Fighting Owls would just go wide. But that'll be the end of the first half here. Fighting Owls up 12, Dragons trailing 5. So we'll take a short break here at halftime. We'll be back shortly with you all. All right, ladies and gentlemen, everybody tuning in, welcome back here, still in Columbia, Maryland, for the start of this second half. So, coming out of the first half, the Dragons are trailing the Fighting Owls. The score is 12 for the Fighting Owls, and Dragons have 5. So, definitely looking for a bit of a change here, some change in momentum and just possessions, positive possessions here for the Dragons. So, things are rolling now. And a quick move there, but it will be scooped up. It looked like Rory Blanchard was trailing that ball as fast as he possibly could, but it is scooped up by number 1, Joe Zemanski, for the Fighting Owls, and it will be the Fighting Owls moving from right to left.
First half stats. Harford 27 to 18 on shots in that first half. Harford had also been leading 11 to 7 in the face-off circle. Howard with 11 turnovers in that first half.
So Dale once more coming on the outer left side, and a shot early on by number 19, Ethan Peterson. And we will have a flag here by the refs. So we'll have a penalty on number 19. For the Fighting Owls, it'll be on number 19, Ethan Peterson. And the Dragons will now get their first opportunity here in this second half to play with a man up. So to be Patty, taking on the outside, passing that over to Karam. Karam will pass that over to Herrick. Karam sends that to the middle to Varani. Varani looking on the inside, finds number 8 for the Dragons, but that ball just does not find a way on the inside. So we have a penalty on the Dragons, their first penalty of the game as well. It'll be on Joe Patty. It's a showstopper for the Dragons, but currently on defense, so seeing how this will change the way for the Dragons. Harford playing with a man up at the moment. And Rory Blanchard will be coming back on to play some defense here for the Dragons. Definitely being a utility here on both sides. So that penalty up for the Fighting Owls. What would have been an equal man opportunity is now a man up for Harford. And a little bit of movement behind the net. Coming around. Trying to find a way on the inside, and a great save by Cheney, but that ball is up high and it will stay with the Fighting Owls. Trying to find a way on the inside, and that ball was sent in by number 3, Joey Perry, but it will be into the net of 21, Braden Cheney. So a lot of movement here in this middle field. Varani looking to move that over to Joe Patty, and Patty is finally out of the penalty box. He'll be moving on the backside. Karam making a move right around him, set a screen. It'll be Patty continuing, and a shot by Herrick is saved by Foner. Great look by Herrick there, and a great look also by Patty to try to find that inside on the right. Dragons keep possession once more. Karam met with a lot of force here, looking to be 2-on-1. And that ball will be turned over, and the Fighting Owls will be moving back down the field towards the left. And a long ball just wide open and it could have been anyone's ball there. It's scooped up by the Fighting Owls. So Peterson taking hold of it here. It'll be sent over to Mulligan. Mulligan looking to make a little bit of a move here on the inside. He's up against Herbert. Blaine Dale trying to come right. Going back over to Peterson. Peterson looking on the left side there. Sends that ball over to Caden Collins. And a lot of movement there for Blaine Dale. Sending back to Peterson. Peterson will take the shot, but it's saved and picked up by Cheney once more. Great job by Cheney in these opening minutes of the second half. And the Dragons looking to make a quick move here, and a shot by number 25 Tyler Redinger is straight into the hands of Foner.
Looks like actually Harford made a goalie change at halftime as well.
Oh yeah, you're right, Mark. That'll be number 28. That'll be number 28 Alex Eppel in goal for the Fighting Owls. So Eppel with the save on that possession. So a little bit of confusion here for the Dragons. Trying to figure out what the call was by the refs. And we have two people moving onto the field, so it will be an offsides call on the Dragons. So we'll have two offsides call here for the Dragons. So it'll be number 44, Rory Blanchard, and number 41, JT Herrick, getting 30 seconds in the box. So a lot of blue on this side and little white. Definitely a great opportunity. And Gustol will take the shot, and it is saved by Cheney. A great save by Cheney to give his team here some defensive time. 14 seconds left on these penalties. And trying to find another way. Cheney's doing a great job continuously. So 5 on the shot clock. 5 on the penalty box here, but it will be a shot by the Fighting Owls. And a goal will be given. That goal by number 35, Cole Wessner, for the Fighting Owls, and give the assist to Caden Collins. So great look there by Caden Collins. 2 men down for the Dragons. So a great possession for the Fighting Owls, as they would say. But as the penalties have run off the scoreboard here, have equal man opportunity here for the Dragons. And Rory Blanchard comes up with it, trying to get around and get that ball over to Cheney. And Cheney moving, trying to find an open man, but doesn't have anyone looking at him. So it'll look to be number 25, Tyler Redinger, to make that move down the field, and we'll have Kobe Brown pick that ball up. It'll be Herbert moving down the left side, coming around behind the goal. Herbert has Karam, but a lot of pressure here. Herbert moving to the inside, trying to find an opening, met with a lot of pressure there and takes the shot anyway, but that ball will go just wide. But it will stay with the Dragons. Herbert running into a number of Harford bodies there. And loses, it'll be Frida Nikos that loses the ball. And we will have a call that goes in favor of the Dragons. So it'll be Hillis moving back onto the field here. It'll be Verani trying to make a quick move, and does. Trying to find a way on the inside. Sends that ball over to Patty. Trying to find a way on the inside. Takes the shot, the bounce shot, and that ball will stay with the Dragons once more. Great move there by Hattie to get around his man. And once more, a lot of pressure there once more on the Dragons. It'll be Karam. Looking to find a way down the inside. Tries to go to the middle to Joe Patty. Joe Patty trying to come up with it. He'll be met with pressure once more. And it's still loose here. But it will be picked up by the Fighting Owls. Fighting Owls doing a great job to send that ball down to the midfield line here, quick and early, causing the Dragons to get back on defense very fast. And that pass was out of bounds, but it will stay with the Fighting Owls. Really quick offensive plays here by the Fighting Owls. Definitely have the Dragons defense doing a lot of moving here. So trying to switch the field here. Blaine Dale sends that over to Caleb Hare. It'll be back over to Gastol. And it'll be a shot and a save, but the ball's still loose here. Cheney with yet another save, though. Great save. Ball still loose. Trying to see if anyone can come up with it here. Rory Blanchard does have it. And that ball's loose once more. And we will have Rory Blanchard coming up with it, and he'll make the move down the field. Cheney for the Dragons. It's a great move, and Blanchard sends Hare to the floor. Blanchard still moving, and that ball will be thrown away by the Dragons. What seemed to be a great look there by the Dragons just comes up short here, and they will find a way to lose that possession. It'll go back to the Dragons. So it'll be Caleb Hare sending that ball over. And on the inside, it looked like Dale was trying to come up with it. And Cheney once more saving the Dragons. And a pass just bounces out of the net, and somehow that'll be Caden Hawk cannot pick that up. The Dragons just with a number of turnovers here on their possessions, and Cheney with yet another save there on that shot, and trying to find a way to pick that up. It'll be Caden Hawk once more, sending that over to Cheney. Cheney looking for Varani. Varani looking to make a move here, and does so, gets the clear, and the momentum is just back and forth here during this matchup. So Patty will take it. Matched up with number 23, Parker Lee. And loose ball once more. It will be scooped up by the Fighting Owls, and number 43 for the Fighting Owls will be taking that back down the field. That'll be Braden Olstad. But a turnover for the Fighting Owls. Give that ground ball to Kobe Brown, and it'll be back from right to left. A lot of movement here on offense and defense. No breaks for anyone, and a shot, but that will go off the post. And it'll be Patty making a move on the right side. He takes a shot, and it is into the stick of Epple. Great look there by Epple to make that save for his team. Loose ball there. Five minutes left to go in this third quarter. Moving on the inside there are the Fighting Owls. It'll be Dale looking for Hare. And what looked to be a quick pass off there by the Fighting Owls. Almost caught the Dragons off guard. But quick stop there. Redinger looked like he was ready for that one. And a shot by Gastol is into the net of Cheney. Braden Cheney saving these Dragons right now. Getting a number of stops But the Dragons have to do their thing on offense here to make up for a lot of the errors that they've come across. And yet another error for the Dragons. Just as I'm speaking it up, Braden Cheney getting back on defense, ready to go. A shot and a save by Cheney once more for the Dragons. Great save there by the Dragons, but we do have a timeout here on the field. We'll be back shortly after this. So we're back here in Columbia, Maryland after that brief timeout. And Cheney with a number of saves here for the Dragons. Definitely the helping hand that the Dragons need to keep the Fighting Owls off of the scoreboard anymore. It'll be Dale right between the legs of Cheney. So the Fighting Owls add yet another goal to the scoreboard. It'll be 14. Dragons still trailing by 5. It'll be Blanchard. And a shot by Herrick. And it'll be Eppel that comes up with the save for the Fighting Owls. And Verani running up fast behind number 20 for the Fighting Owls. That's Johnny Garst. So it'll be Mulligan. That'll be over to Dale. And right off the stick, but it will be a shot taken by Ethan Peterson. But great defense there by the Dragons, as that shot will go wide. Mulligan once more. Back to Peterson. And a lot of movement there by Johnny Garst, trying to get around the Dragon defenders. And that ball is loose. Redinger trying to come up with it. But it will stay with Harford. So once more, Garst will take a hold and go back over to Dale. Over to Peterson, then back to Mulligan. Mulligan trying to get on the inside and does so and gets the goal. A great look there by Mulligan, making his way on the inside and does get around the Dragon defenders for yet another goal for Harford. Dragons trailing by 10. So Blanchard makes way for possession here for the Dragons. On the inside, and it'll be a shot taken by Nolan Torgerson, but it is saved by Eppel. So Hillis met with a lot of pressure by Kelly. So Patty trying to spin around these defenders here for Harford. And Hathaway will take things back to the midfield line there. Dragons trying to take their time here. Look on the inside, and Karam will find a way, but that is right off the post. A great look there by Karam, but just unsuccessful on getting the goal. And we will have a flag fly there. And I believe that may be on the Dragons. Excuse me, that'll be on the Fighting Owls. So we have a 1 minute full-time penalty here on number 28 for the Fighting Owls. That's Alex Eppel, who was actually Dragons goalkeeper. And in goal at the moment we have, I believe that is number 10. Oh, so Foner is back in the game here for the Fighting Owls. So Karam will make a look, and a little bit of a stutter there sends him to his knees, but back on his feet. That ball will be back over to Patty. Patty says that back over to Karam. Back to Patty here. Karam. A lot of pressure here by the Fighting Owls. Karam gets around his man, takes the shot on the inside, but that is into the stick of Foner. So Foner back in the swing of things as if he never left. So that'll be the end of the third quarter here. And the Dragons are currently trailing by 10 to the Fighting Owls. Fighting Owls are sitting at 15 right now, while the Dragons have 5. We'll be back shortly after this. So the last frame here in Columbia, Maryland, 15 minutes left on the clock. Same bodies in the face-off circle here. And a lot of energy coming from the Dragon sideline before people stepped on this field here. And looks like Rory Blanchard will take things away here. Kobe Brown sending that ball back over to Cheney. And Dragons trying to get a clear here, but they are unsuccessful on that clear. So taking it away really on a fast pace here to be the Fighting Owls on the inside early with no bodies on the inside, but the Dragons do find a way to put some on the inside and nobody there for number 32, Liam Forsyth. Just an open net there. And that ball will go between the wickets of Cheney. So Harford on the board first here in this third quarter. And it'll be Blanchard with a shot. That shot is high and wide. Just trying to come up with anything here for the Dragons on the fast break. But the Dragons will stay with it. So Varani taking a little bit of time here, trying to put things into position for the Dragons. So it'll be Varani coming on that right side. Still on the back side of the goal. Trying to get around his man. Makes a move to the inside, but that ball is loose. But Free Denikos will pick that ball up for it. Give him the ground ball. And a loose ball here by the Dragons. Just a pass that just did not seem, the Dragons cannot complete. And moving from left to right once more, trying to get the clear will be the Harford Fighting Owls. Met with a lot of pressure there, but still successful on the clear. So still moving around here. Sending that ball back to the top. And Gustol trying to make a move down here. He's met with pressure from Herbert, and it'll be Hare. Sending that ball to the inside to Dale. Ball is loose, and it'll be picked up for the ground ball by Isaac Herbert. And Herbert trying to make a move here just to get around in the number of bodies and number of traffic that he did run into. And we will have a little bit of a break here. So Dragons trying to look to get it clear as they were unsuccessful on the previous attempt. So just trying to get across, and the clear will be successful for the Dragons. So, but that ball is loose once more, and it will be picked up by number 5, Chase Kelly, who is moving back down the field once more. Excuse me, not Kelly. That is Carson Crawford. And a shot by Joey Perry is into the stick of Cheney. Great save there by Cheney. So the Dragons will move back down the field and will get the clear successfully. And Torgerson looking to move on the inside, and a hard hit there proves to be a ball loose there, and movement down there by the Fighting Owls. Looking on the inside, and a shot will be taken, but it is saved by Cheney. Cheney just throws the ball away, but no Dragon bodies in the vicinity to pick that ball up, and defense will be back down and ready to go. And another shot there, and a shot on the inside by number 32, Liam Forsyth. Finds his way to the back of the net. Cheney did do his best there to save the Dragons on that possession. But the rebound, Forsyth getting his own rebound there and able to find the back of the net. So yet another one for the Fighting Owls. So a break here, taking a little bit of time as clock reset for Harford. A lot of time here. It'll be Forsyth once more, taking on the right side, sending that ball behind to Perry. And Forsyth trying to look and find a way around here. And on the inside. And a shot will be taken by Xander De La Ronde. We will have a reset here after the save by Cheney. And a shot will be taken, but that is into the body of the Dragons. And it will go, possession will go to Howard. And that ball will be thrown away once more for the Dragons. A number of offensive turnovers here. And once more, the Fighting Owls will get things rolling pretty quickly. Looking for an opening. So, Seth De La Ronde, brother of Xander, try to find a way on the inside. And successfully does find a way to the inside, but just not the most successful pass there. But it'll be saved by Cheney. And the Dragons, once more, a pass that is just too high is just, looked like it was almost picked off by the Fighting Owls, but it will stay with the Dragons. So it'll be Hathaway. He's getting things going for the Dragons. Sends that over to Varani. Varani over to Karam. Karam looking to get around defender. Takes a little bit of a stumble there. We will have a flag fight by the refs. And it'll be tipped up by Cyrus Fridenikos, but it will be picked up by the Fighting Owls. But we do have a penalty here. So we have a holding call on the Fighting Owls. That'll be on number 5, Chase Kelly. 30-second penalty. So the Dragons here with the man up opportunity. As the time runs out on this penalty. So if the Dragons were looking for any opportunity here, this would be the time to go. Karam with a shot, and it is saved by Epple. Moving back down the field are the Fighting Owls. Some changes there. It'll be Caden Hawk. Going to be passed over to Gastol. Gastol looking to make a move. Sends that ball over to Marindin. Gastol comes up with it once more. And looking to get on the inside there is number 24, Cannell Ward. And a loose ball, but it'll be Tyler Redinger who spins out and finds a way to take things down the field for the Dragons. Passes that off in a long shot by Nolan Torgerson from seeming to be far down the field. Rolls out of bounds, but it will stay with the Dragons. Be free Denikos. And coming up to assist him will be Hillis. Ronnie will send that back over to Free Denikos. Free Denikos looking to make a move on the inside. Sends that ball, trying to go for that top right corner, but Epple comes up with it. So a successful clear here for Harford. So Forsyth looking on the inside, and that shot will go wide, and it will be a turnover, and it will be given to the Dragons. So 5.5 minutes remain here in this final frame, and Gianni Karam looking to try to get around two Fighting Owls defenders, loses the ball, trying to come up with it. A little bit of help there was number 4, Joe Hathaway, and a close call there by Free Denikos, trying to come up with it, but that ball was just sent out of bounds. And we'll be moving back the other way. So a shot there by Owen Ellis is saved by Cheney. So another shot there by number 17, Owen Ellis. Now we'll have the Dragons moving back, and a pass there trying to be saved by the Dragons, and it is saved. A shot. A shot there by Jamison Smith, saved by Epple. So we will have an offsides call on the Fighting Owls. That'll be on number 17, Owen Ellis. So 30 seconds here for the Dragons, a chance. To get a positive offensive possession here. So Herrick. Quick ball over to Herbert. And Herbert will lose it, but it'll be picked up by number 6, Carson Crawford, gets the clear, and Varani was on his trail heavily, but clear is successful for Harford. So Castole once more will take hold here. Sends that ball over to number 34, Jackson Merendon, and the shot will be saved by Cheney. Great save there by Cheney. Flag was thrown low, and that'll be on number 7, Ethan Varani, for slashing. So Gastol will take the shot, and it'll be into the top left corner of the net. Fighting Owls add one more. It'll be 18 for the Fighting Owls. So that ball sent high. But an easy possession there for the Fighting Owls once more to take hold of this game.
Hey, let's get one here. Let's get one here, Blue. Go ahead, Xander. Come on, threes, let's go. Change up. Let me see something, Crash. Change up. Change up, Mark. Yup. Let's go, Seth. Here we go.
So Seth DeLaronde will take hold of that. Passing that over to Forsyth. Trying to find a way on the inside is Caden Kress. It'll be Ellis, comes up with the ball loose, and it'll be picked up there by Nolan Torgerson, but Torgerson still trying to find a way to get around and does so. Met with a lot of sticks there, but gets the clear successfully. Torgerson with a shot, but saved by Epple. The movement here for the Dragons defense, and a great save by Cheney. Sorry. One minute remains here in the final frame. So Herrick trying to get around. Takes the shot. And it'll be wide. And diving for that, trying to get that ball in their possession. And it will stay with the Dragons. So great job by Ronnie to keep the possession in the Dragons' hands in the final seconds. 30 seconds on the shot clock for the Dragons. Looking to get on the inside there is Varani, but we do have a timeout called for the Dragons. We'll be back shortly after this. So 21 seconds on the shot clock for the Dragons, but 35 remain in this final quarter. So it'll be Herrick looking to get around, trying to get around a number of bodies, and ball is loose and it will be picked up by the Fighting Owls. And moving down the field, it'll be number 33, Trey Williams. And we have a countdown here of 10 seconds remaining on the clock, but 63 seconds on the shot clock. And the Fighting Owls will hold the ball in the final seconds as the time winds down, and that'll be it, folks. It'll be 18 for the Fighting Owls and 5 for the Dragons. Dragons currently at 0-3 on the season, and hopefully we'll be able to clean things up here during their next matchup. So that is it here from Columbia, Maryland. Dragons do fall to the Fighting Owls 5, with the final score of 5, with the Fighting Owls sitting at 18. So thank you all for tuning in here. We'll be back. We'll actually be back shortly. I hope you guys are here to tune in for the softball match that is coming up against Allegheny College, 4 and 6 p.m. So hopefully you guys will tune into that. And thank you all for watching. Have a good day.